Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to this wonderful Monday, the 5th of May. Started out at 30 degrees this morning, and it's 49 now. It's crazy. The swing, and it's supposed to be 70 today. At the moment, there's not a cloud in the sky. That's crazy. Look at that grass. That's about knee high out there already.
Sorry, could you say that again?
What is it, that Siri in the morning? She won't bother me for the rest of the day unless I ask her for something. But something about standing there in the morning trips her out. Man, it's be a great day to be at home. Why is the weather always the best when you're at work? Always. Never fails. Rainy Saturday and very cool and windy day yesterday. Mother Nature, she just ain't kind to us sometimes. Us motorcycle people anyway. Alrighty, let's head on down south. 58 degrees and pure sunshine. Wow.
It's blue.
Somebody unloading a Indian Scout, loading or unloading.
Yeah, something.
What's going on? Oh, look at there's the old CT90 and looks just like our little yellow one. Old Trail 90. Well, Mama?
Fun. Yes.
Like we were saying last night, that daggum Monday comes around quick.
I know, she's so sneaky.
She's here upon us.
Yes.
Well, let's see motorcycles going everywhere. Looks busy here already.
Oh, yeah, we best get
I
in
better
there.
get in there and get my stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Mom?
Right,
Have yourself a wonderful one. Monday.
You too, baby.
a Wednesday?
I wish it was Wednesday. I really do.
That was a mix. It was a Monday with a W on it.
Yeah, it was a one day.
Yeah. All right, Mama.
All right, Pa.
See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Wow. That is a lot of blue light coming through that door, or them windows. Plus they're tinted, and it's kind of a bluish thing. Anyway, using my iPhone today and lock the white balance. You can see that's what you see is what it actually is in here. But all my Spyders left. Everything's gone, and man, my first job doesn't come in until later on. Actually, it's my only job. So I'm like, why am I so light with stuff? So I'll look at the schedule. Of course, I can see everybody else's schedule. It's just a super, super light day. Everybody's just absolutely out there enjoying themselves. But that has for the motorcycle business, has a very positive effect. And, I already got a call when I was up there at the service counter. A guy with a Spyder took her out this weekend and rode her. Now she's got a coolant leak. Needs to bring her in and have her inspected. So yeah, the side effect is people, they've been sitting all winter. Now they go rolling out and finding that they didn't prep it good for winter storage, and things don't run. You get tons of motorcycles. You get things hauled in on the wrecker, they can't get them started. It's got a dead battery, and people, and I don't blame them. People do different things in their lives. I mean, some people can't figure out how to change a battery. Can't even figure out where the battery's at. And that's no fault to them. They're just not techie people. But yeah, you get that. So the nice weather will, when you first get this bout of it, when it kind of stays around for a little while, it just goes crazy quiet and everybody's panicking. What's going on? It's nice out. Where's all the people? Trust me, they're coming. I've been doing this, good Lord, for 45 years. Yeah, 80 to 25. Yeah, that's 45. Oh, which, by the way, the 18th of this month will be the 45th anniversary of the eruption of St. Helens. In 2030, that'll be the 50th. I went up on the 25th, and it was very busy up there. But you gotta be careful if you have a bad winter. May 18th, you may not get up there very far. But I know you can get up there because that's what all the grandkids, my daughter Christy, they went up. Their dad took them up to the mountain this past weekend. There's somebody at the door. The doorbell rang. Got to answer. Delivery trucks, a mini. But anyway, I think I'm gonna pull out my old 2016 iPad Pro. The first of the iPad Pros. Good Lord, now they got M2 chips in them and stuff in there. Wow. It's my iPad Pro, I still use that. That's what every video gets rendered on that thing. And man, that thing, if the thing croaked overnight, I would go into a panic. Actually, the old 2016 iPad Pro, the first of the Pros, for 2 years I used that, and the 16, it had enough of a boost in performance, and the larger screen, the 12.9 inch versus the 10 or 10.5, whatever it was. It feels really slow, and it was still using Lightning, so transferring files to hard drives and stuff like that you had to airdrop everything, and that was a pain. Although airdrop is really fast, but anyway, I just use my storage drives. I just push things back and forth. You can put zip drives in there, thumb drives or USB drives, whatever you commonly refer to it as. The zip drives it was a zip drive. It was this weird, very expensive, not very high capacity, these hard plastic drives, and you had to have the special little reader for them. It's funny, I still have all that stuff somewhere. But anyway, let me do some training here. Here we are at 20 after 4, and not a whole lot has changed. My BMW once again. I was talking to the service advisor because we're up front with them. We let them know we're no longer a dealer, but we have the tax and the tools and experience to do basic service. We can't do big diagnosis, any kind of warranty issues or anything like that. And most ones coming in are outside their warranty anyway, so we're okay with using the little scan tool to do resets and stuff like that. But I don't know. But for whatever reason, this is like the third one in a row that I've missed. So what I understand, unless somebody's getting something confused, there was an R9T that was supposed to, 2 different R9Ts supposed to be here last week and were no shows. And then suddenly an R9T the day after, which I think was Friday, the day after his appointment, shows up, and I thought it was the same name, but apparently not. But come in saying his brother or friend or something did the service on it. So anyway, it's kind of quiet, real quiet. Here's one of the service advisors swapping out a bike. These dadgum things, like a stretch limo of off-road vehicles here. I love the stickers. There's a lot of Can-Am going on in here. Things sure are fancy. Holy moly. Costs as much as an automobile. There's Spendy. Dadgum Spendy. That one's in for a crash repair. She went tumbling off of something. She didn't come out so well. Man, is it beautiful out here today. Got an R9 in. I think that might be it, sitting at the top of the hill here. Everything on it. Whee! sudden cut off with the R9 out there, and all of a sudden, bam, I'm home. I got talking to other techs up there about different stuff, and one of the guys goes, "Well, it's time to go home." And I looked up, oh my Lord, I have 5 minutes. So I flew down. Good thing I didn't have tools scattered out everywhere, because I literally didn't touch a tool today. It's crazy. But you get that this time of year when weather gets nice, people are just out riding. But like I was saying earlier, that will turn around and turn into a busy season, because a lot of people don't know how, or forget, or whatever. They don't, put their bike in a storage state and break her out for the winter and stop somewhere. You look, oh, them tires are getting bald, and just different things. Or something doesn't run right. The classic is the battery. We literally order pallets and pallets of batteries. And you got to have the full range. You got to go from, like UAS's and lithium batteries all the way down to the cheap Charlie batteries. Because people just buy on price, But I've had some of those cheap batteries last a while. They're not very durable. So I looked earlier today to see where the EvoTech Performance Aiuchi mount that clicks into the quad lock. Well, it's still sitting in Germany. That's where it's coming from. But the DHL's got this little globe thing, and it's I don't know, it's almost halfway, so it must be moving. It doesn't say that it left Germany. It said it landed at the facility. Just not any much more. It's a DHL Express. That quad lock stuff, that sure is nice. There was a bike upstairs that a tech was working on. Well, that thing doesn't focus through that glass, does it? Somehow or another it sees the glass. I think iPhone being too smart. But anyway, he had one of the plastic versions of this. Of course it came with arm. Like my chrome one has the arm. I just took the arm off. But man, the plastic one is it's probably okay, but it feels very much less substantial. That one's good and sturdy, holds on nice and tight. I still, until I'm done, I got these good and tight. But once I'm satisfied everything's where I want it, I'll pull each one out and Loctite them. The old 650. It's a wonderful ride on the 350 yesterday, as always. You just can't imagine how peaceful and pleasing these things are. It's just crazy. Ain't got a whole lot of power or a whole lot of speed. They pretty much top out around 70. And they're nowhere near wrung out. It's comfortable. Heck, I would say by the feeling of it and the sound of it, I don't have a tack on it. But it almost seems like the Himalayan feels like it's running a little higher than this does at 70 miles an hour. This one pretty much stops. Himalayan, I think it maxes out around 80, somewhere around there. But she's the old tack needle. She's pretty close to the red line at that. But it'll work. This is kind of like the same as the Himalayan. It's around 65. It's absolutely crystal smooth and happy. The Himalayan's the same way. I can't show you too much of that over there because got a grandson's birthday coming up. I got Mother's Day coming up. I don't think you can see any of the... No, you can see the Mother's Day stuff. Happy how the quad lock, my only thing is I just like that smaller look of the MagSafe, the non-locking quad lock. But I'm happy with that. It's weird that it's red instead of blue. There's another one black. Doug was saying something about it. They has a hard time finding them there, but I made a comment. I said, maybe I need to send you one. And he said he found one. He's got one or more coming. I don't know I ain't seen anything break on these. Nobody ever comes in looking for parts. They buy the kit, you never see them again. You know, talking about plastic, you know, this is plastic and it's very, very sturdy. So maybe all the metal stuff is just, I don't know, I just like metal stuff compared to plastic. But I didn't even realize that was plastic because holding this, all the metal, it wasn't until after the fact. And I go, you know what, that thing's actually plastic. She ain't metal. This part, this is all metal. He goes, why do you have 2 quad locks? Somebody was saying that. Well, sometimes I hang my little iPhone 12 up there. It'd be good for like Waze when you're navigating on one and using Waze, especially when you get into city stuff. But, at the same time, I just switched to Waze on the Jiggy and off we go. But don't do this thing when the tank is full. The difference of, like, I don't know, somewhere around halfway, 3/4 of a tank when I took the tank off the first time, boy, the difference. It's just, you got your tank in your hand and you're playing around a bunch of metal parts. You don't want to slip and bang something, Tanks are expensive to replace them. I hate to think, and you repair them, and you're never going to get that Harley. The way they put clear coat on and stuff like that, you're just never going to get that same paint quality that Harley does. I see too many things going to body shops and they come back, and that is subpar to me. I just, we had the Acura in the truck, just horrified that, you do something, you have to take it to the body shop. I would just be so disappointed and I'd just sell it. Move on to something else. Or wagon, when you get old like that, who cares? Gets another dent in it. It's just a part of its life cycle. Oh, I remember what it was. I think I mentioned, I couldn't remember. Kelly said that'll be perfect to stick in the bag. It's an Optimate SAE plug-in to the 2.5 millimeter, whatever they call those plugs, like you plug your heated gear into and stuff. Well, it's one of those. So if you got in a pinch, this will just go back into take the seat off, you can put it back on the inside. And this is a keyed on hot as well. And it takes input when it's off. Charges the battery when off. Sends power out when it's on. So, you could literally use that as your heated gear thing. I still have a port that's open in there because I bought a Y for the one port, because between the Chiggy and this, they don't use anything. So I got those going into using one of the heated gear ports, going into a Y, and they're plugged in individually. I don't it's like splicing things together and stuff like that. That starts getting weird after a while. That must be a ground strap. I see brass in there. Making a good ground. Man, it's quiet out here. It's a little bit breezy outside. It feels really good. It feels real, real good. I forget one of these things. I don't know if it was a Slim. I was thinking, man, that's not, maybe it's Flirty. Not too terribly far from its first regular maintenance thing, the 5,000 mile mark. I think pretty sure I need to do brake fluid. I think Flirty, the Iron, and the Slim need it again. I need to look at my stuff. Heck, probably, yeah, there's a good chance that the 5 of these here, the Himalayan, the GT, and the air-cooled Harleys all need a brake flush again. I need to look. I didn't want to. I mean, I can cheat quite a bit in here because the humidity stays so low that it's really safe. But still, you need to just get in that habit of every 25,000 or 2 years, whatever comes first. Yeah, that's that 2011 Spyder. I'm shocked that he doesn't want that brake fluid. He's probably selling the thing. That would be my guess, because he didn't want to do anything. All he wanted me to do is fix the brake light switch, and didn't even want to do the pads. I'm telling the advisor, I said, dude, that thing's metal to metal. You're going to eat that rotor up, and then you're going to have a really expensive repair. So all we're doing is fixing the brake light switch and putting the brake pads on there. And then he didn't want to do the oil change either, which originally had that listed. He wanted oil change, spark plugs, and a look over type of a thing. So I'll take some of those little pint bottles that I have, end up with extra ones, and I'll just use that. I got too many of them sitting up there anyway. You don't want the oil to sit for too long. I mean, it's not like any of them are old, but I'll top his oil tank off, because it's at any time, if not doing it now, it's just not going to shift. If you guys ever had a SE5 twin Spyder that does that, it's pretty funky. First thing you know is you come up to a light and it won't go below 3rd gear. Let me tell you how good that is for your clutch to take off, especially if there's any kind of a hill or you need to get going quick, because you got Mack truck hugged in there, grill touching your back there. But yeah, that's really bad on the clutch. You don't like to shift, because once that oil level gets to a certain point, that HCM or hydraulic control module has its own pump, and it sets much higher. It's not down the sump of the motor. So when the oil gets low, it starts grabbing air and it just won't shift. Yeah, not good. 1330s, don't have to worry about it. I still get people, I picked up a 2017, 2018 Spyder RT, whatever. I'm really worried. Do I need to keep that thing at 4,000 RPMs? Just remember, all the RPM rules and stuff are the twins, not the 1330s. Basically, the 1330s, like your car, doesn't matter what gear you're in. It's computer-controlled hydraulics. It will not let you hurt the clutch. And the purge valve, because it's a 3-cylinder, it doesn't have to meet a certain criteria. If you turn the purge valve on, because it's only using the rear cylinder to purge, the gases and stuff out of the evap canister, and if you do that lower RPMs, you're going to feel the thing stumbling. If you ever have your purge valve fail, you'll know exactly what that it's like. You'll start getting lean codes, rich codes on your rear cylinder, because it goes straight to the rear. California models, why often go to both cylinders? But still, same rules. You need to keep it over 4,000 RPMs, because the purge valve, to prevent the thing from stumbling, will not open until 4,000 RPMs. You want that thing to open up. If you accidentally overfilled that thing a little bit, you need to get them fumes out of there as quick as you can. It'll collect and become moisture in there, and it breaks down the carbon inside there. Then that carbon breaks free, goes up the line, and ends up taking out your purge valve. Because it's not that the purge valve failed. It gets plugged with carbon bits, carbon dust and whatnot. We've tried flushing them, do everything, hit them with 9 volts, like a injector, and try to back flush them. They just get stuck, and it doesn't even, I think it burns out from getting stuck. It just electrically dies. But anyway, well, I still got some light out there. I think I'll grab the little woman. We'll go out there and do a goodbye. And that'll be it for the vlog. Sorry, no rides. I was thinking about going for a ride, but not not in the mood to drag everything out. And the bugs are just so, this time of year, are just so bad in the evening. I don't know how I got so lucky with this. I mean, hardly any bugs. It's crazy. The lack of bugs. I mean, it's got it on the, and you see it all over the, but yeah, I mean, because it was so windy last night, really high winds like it was when we were riding last night. It was the same thing. It keeps the bugs away. But anyway, let's roll out with that and we'll do goodbye. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, what a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous day it was today.
It's beautiful.
Just perfect. Just low 70s. Just sunshine and a little breeze out. That always feels good.
Yeah.
The bad thing about it,
We were at work.
yeah, and everybody that owns a motorcycle is out riding it.
Yes, they were.
People canceling appointments and everything else. They're going, I'm riding.
Yeah, bring it in when it's yucky.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You know, just no matter what, I'm going for a ride. Finally got a nice day. Let's take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Birds chirping all around us.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice. Swallows going around everywhere. Although it is, like I was saying the other day, it is less than what it was. I think the cats are spooking some of them, but
Definitely.
not all of them.
Yeah, most of them are there.
Yeah. But man, just gorgeous. I'd like to go for a ride, but it's getting towards the end of the day, and I don't know.
No, I'm tired.
Just not in the mood to drag a bike out and get all covered in bugs and get all geared up. Just sometimes you're just not in the mood. Night's one of them. But anyway, super slow day for me. I got paperwork stuff done, you know, answering things with BRP and stuff like that. BRP stuff. Yeah, I was thinking BMW, but that was just the guy that never showed up. But anyway, I think on that, we're going to roll out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday or Wednesday.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll see you in the morning.
We will at that.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.